When you walk away for real, not in anger, not in arrogance, but in absolute stillness, something rare happens. You become unforgettable, not because you tried to be, but because you refused to beg, chase, or explain. Because your silence was not emptiness, was presence, a presence that lingers in her mind long after you're gone. This is not about playing games. This is not about manipulation. This is about the quiet strength of a man who values himself more than the drama he left behind. She may not notice it at first. She may smile, pretend nothing has changed. She may even feel powerful, believing she pushed you away, believing you'll return like you always did. But this time, something is different. You didn't shout. You didn't explain yourself endlessly. You didn't accuse or insult. You simply completely, fully. That silence is louder than any argument, because in that silence, there is finality, there is clarity, there is peace, and above all, there is power. When a man walks away without a word, he shakes something deep within her, not because he's trying to make her feel anything, but because he's no longer trying at all. At first, she may feel in control. She may believe you're just trying to get her attention, that you'll text, that you'll check in, that you'll come back. But days pass, weeks pass, still nothing. And that's when it begins. The whisper of doubt, the flicker of uncertainty, the slow unraveling of the confidence she once had in your return. Women are intuitive. They feel energy before words. And now, your energy is gone. Not bitter, not cold, just absent. She replays moments in her mind, the conversations, the things you said, the loyalty you gave, the love you offered. All of it. Real. All of it. Real. All of it. Now, gone. She realizes you didn't leave to punish her. You left to protect yourself. There's something powerful about a man who doesn't flinch when he loses a woman. A man who accepts the silence, who embraces the solitude, who understands that letting go is not weakness but the ultimate sign of self-respect. She scrolls through old messages, pictures, memories, each one now a reminder of a man who once gave his heart. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, but fully. And in return, she gave just enough to keep you there, but not enough to grow with you. Now you're gone. And with that absence comes a heavy truth. She misjudged your value. She thought you'd always be there. She thought her pull would always bring you back. She thought you'd fight every time. But this time you didn't. You walked, not out of spite, but out of strength. And it's in that quiet walk away that you became unforgettable. Regret doesn't scream, it whispers. It shows up at night, in the silence of her room. In the moments no one else sees, she sees your name in places. She sees your name in places. She hears your voice in songs. She remembers the things she didn't say, the moments she dismissed you, the ways she tested you. And now it's too late. You've grown silent, but not out of bitterness. You've grown silent because you've grown, because your peace became your priority, because your energy became too sacred to be wasted. She tries to fill the space with others, with distractions, but nothing works, because none of them are you. Not your depth, not your loyalty, not your calm strength. She didn't just lose a man, she lost a presence, a protector, a mirror, a storm that never raised its voice, but shook the ground when it left. You didn't just walk away, you evolved, you turned inward, you found clarity in silence, you found strength in solitude. You discovered what most men never do, that your worth isn't based on how much you're willing to suffer for someone. It's based on how willing you are to walk away when you're no longer respected. Stoicism teaches, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. And that's exactly what you did. You didn't talk about self-worth, you lived it. You didn't demand respect, you walked in it. You didn't chase validation, you created peace. And that transformation, it echoes. She can feel it. The man she thought she could toy with now feels untouchable. She may reach out, a simple message, a nostalgic memory, a soft "I miss you," but by now you've shifted. You're no longer the same man who once needed her validation. You're no longer waiting for her to see your worth. You see it yourself. And when a man truly sees his worth, the game ends, because he no longer plays it. You're not bitter. You don't hate her. You don't hold anger. You simply outgrew the cycle. And that kind of growth, that's irreversible. She may want closure. She may want one last conversation, but you've already had it with yourself, and that's enough. Because most men stay. They argue, they prove, they cry, they plead, but you didn't. You walked without a trail without a final word, without leaving the door open, and in doing so, you showed her something no words could say, that your peace is no longer negotiable, and while she might move on, or appear happy on the outside, there will always be a version of her, deep down, that wonders what might have been, not because of who you were then, but because of who you became after. She'll remember the silence, she'll remember the strength, she'll remember the moment she lost a man who chose himself. You didn't win by making her regret, you won by reclaiming your soul, by walking into your future without carrying the wounds of the past. You won by living the Stoic way. Control what you can, let go of what you can't, and never surrender your peace for anyone. This journey isn't about revenge, it's not about proving anything, it's about growth, about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need anyone to feel complete. A man who is content in stillness, rooted in discipline, fueled by purpose, because when a man embraces this life, he doesn't chase, he attracts. Not by trying, but by becoming. Walking away is not weakness, it is the ultimate display of power, not because of what she feels now, but because of what you discovered in the process, that you found you. And when a man finds himself, nothing else matters. Not her regret, not her silence, not her change of heart, because now, your silence isn't just a response, it's a lifestyle, a life lived in alignment with peace, purpose and truth. So walk calmly, completely with dignity, and never look back, because the man who walks away for real, he never needs to. She remember you not because you stayed, but because you had the strength to walk away and never return.